Evening, officer.
Evening.
Nice weather, wouldn't you say? I'm terribly sorry. Nothing personal, you understand.
Joe's got great taste when it comes to Australian Chardonnay. New World grape has so much more flavour than the European stuff.
Are you sure we should be helping ourselves to his wine?
Don't worry. He won't mind. Joe and I are old pals. We go back a long way.
Aren't you having any? Doesn't say much. Your friend?
Yes, but don't let that fool you. Still waters run deep.
Joe, at last. Where have you been?
We were wondering what had happened to you.
Sorry, a home visit took a lot longer than I thought. Anyway, I'm here now.
So you are. Aren't you Todd?
What?
Daniel not with you?
I don't know where Daniel is.
I see. Pity, I was looking forward to meeting your nephew again.
Melody, I'm so sorry. I completely forgot that I'd asked some friends over. We play poker every now and again.
Really? I've always wanted to learn poker.
Well, maybe another time. I'll call you at the weekend.
Are you throwing me out? What about my training?
Yes, Joe. What's the rush? Here you go. Now, isn't this pleasant? Another toast to good companions.
Evening. I'm here to see my client, Jeffrey Olsen. Hello. Wanda. Listen, try and calm down. I'm sure it's just some kind of misunderstanding.
Who are these people? They're not here to play cards, are they?
Keep quiet and go when you get the chance.
Why? What's going on?
You don't want to know.
Joe?
Shh. Just get away when you can.
Are you in some sort of trouble?
Melody, this is serious.
What have you got me into?
You know, if it were left to me, I'd probably declutter the place a bit. Give it a sort of minimalist feel. Spartan. More masculine, you know what I mean?
Each their own, I suppose.
Let go.
That wasn't very sociable, was it? Leaving without saying goodbye. All right, folks, play acting's over. Let's get down to business, shall we?
Ronnie, so good to see you. I expect this makes a change from handling my property affairs.
You could say that, yeah.
How's George and the little one? Keeping well, I hope.
Yeah, they're fine, but if you don't mind, I'm not here on a social call.
What? Oh, yes, I'm sorry you've been dragged out at this hour. Well, I seem to have got myself into a bit of a pickle.
Well, would you like to tell me what happened?
Nothing much to tell, really. I hit a policeman. Just like that. Bop. How is the fellow, by the way? Not too badly hurt, I hope.
Well, the fellow has a name, PC Gary Conway, and he has a broken nose.
Oh, dear. I am sorry. I really am. I didn't mean to go that far. I do hope he has a speedy recovery. Still, a broken nose. I expect they'll throw the book at me for that.
Jeffrey, are you all right? Have you been in some sort of accident?
No. Why?
You do realise you could be facing a pretty serious charge. Assault, occasioning actual bodily harm.
Gosh, that sounds very grand. I'm bound to get a criminal record, aren't I?
Have you been drinking?
Never touch the stuff. You know that.
What about drugs?
Certainly not. What kind of a person do you think I am?
Well, that's just it. You're meant to be Jeffrey Olsen, this respectable pillar of the community, and you'd be behaving like some kind of yob.
How many times do I have to tell you I haven't seen Daniel and I don't know where he is?
I could ask Max to knock you around a bit, but I'm guessing you'd take a good deal of punishment before we got any results. And as it happens, I don't want you damaged. Not at this stage. The young lady, on the other hand...
Leave her out of this.
What's all this about, anyway?
Melody has nothing to do with Daniel. Why don't you just let her go?
I won't say anything, I promise.
Have I got a stupid sign on my forehead?
I don't live alone. People are going to wonder where I am.
Too bad, sweetheart. You're my leverage. And I think it's about time Max gave you a few dental alterations. That should jog some memories about Daniel. Now, where is he?
This is ridiculous. I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you that...
All right. Calm down. I believe you. And as it happens, Joe, I'm getting pretty fed up chasing Daniel all over the place. It's not been a very profitable exercise.
In that case, why are you keeping us here? I mean, why don't you cut your losses and go?
I've got another idea. But you're not going to like it.
Questions. Can't you just make sure I'm charged properly, and then we can all be on our way?
This isn't a game, Geoffrey.
Whoever said it was?
If your case goes to court, which it probably will, it's my responsibility to provide you with an adequate defence, at the very least. So, for the last time, what motivated you to hit a policeman? In your own time.
Very well. You put your finger on it with the word respectable.
How do you mean?
It's my birthday today. I'm 50 years old. Most of my life's behind me now. What have I got to show for it?
Well, from what I know of you, quite a lot.
Oh, materially, yes. I inherited a real estate business which pretty much runs itself. It brought me reasonable wealth and an early retirement. That's the trouble. I've never had to struggle. I've never had to face a real challenge. Everything's been a smooth incline, no ruffles.
Some people would count that as a blessing.
Would you? I don't think so. The truth is, I'm thoroughly boring. Respectable is the code word for that condition. So today, I decided to do something new. I'd subject myself to an extraordinary experience. I'd get a life, as they say.
Well, so that's it. You assaulted a police officer for the thrill of it.
In a nutshell, yes. Why don't you believe me?
Well, to be honest, I'm not entirely convinced. Well, let's see if your wife can get more sense out of you.
Is Wanda here?
She's on the way.
I don't think that's a good idea. I don't want her to see me in this sort of place. It'll really upset her.
Oh, maybe you should have thought about that before.
You've got to be kidding. I haven't got anything like that kind of money. And if I did, I wouldn't keep it lying around here.
Come on, everyone knows you doctors earn a fortune these days.
I'm sorry to disappoint you.
Okay, then. Let's have a look at some of your recent bank statements.
They will only confirm what I'm saying.
Then you won't mind producing them, will you?
This is ludicrous. They're in the other room.
After you.
Is it okay if I go to the toilet?
Be my guest. Max?
Alone, if you don't mind.
Sorry, sweetheart, not allowed. Oh, don't worry. You're not exactly Max's type. The next time either of you try it on, there'll be serious reprisals, okay? Now get out. Bank statements.
So this is how you get your jollies, roughing up innocent people.
I don't enjoy being made to look like a thug. I'm a businessman. Now, where were we? Not as much as I'd hoped for. Any other investments?
No.
Still, it's a tidy sum.
What do you have in mind?
We're off to the bank to make a nice, big, clear-out cash withdrawal. Of course, the young lady will remain with Max. Insurance, you get the picture.
But the banks are closed now.
Which is why we'll be going there first thing tomorrow morning.
Was?
That's right. We're all going to be spending the night together.
You can't be serious.
Meanwhile, why don't we go on a little treasure hunt? See if you've got any valuables that can make up the shortfall. Cheer up, Joe. It'll help pass the time.
Wanda. But before we go in and see Jeffrey, do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
Not at all. Although I'm completely in the dark about this whole bizarre business. What's going on?
I'm not really sure. Has Jeffrey shown any signs of going through a midlife crisis?
Midlife crisis? Jeffrey? Oh, nonsense. Well, I'm his wife. Do you think that I wouldn't have noticed something like that?
Well, how are things generally?
Well, what do you mean?
Between you and Jeffrey?
What are you implying?
No, nothing. I'm trying to come up with a rationale for Jeffrey's behaviour.
Well, you won't find it in our domestic life, I can assure you. We're a very contented couple. Although,
Yes.
well, there have been a few rows lately on more than one occasion.
And what was this disagreement about?
America.
I'm sorry.
Well, we're emigrating to the United States next month. Florida. Well, I have a sister over there, Bertha, recently widowed. We're going to live with her.
You never mentioned anything to me about emigrating.
Well, that's not surprising, really. He doesn't want to go.
Max, can I call you that? Tell me a bit about yourself. Where are you from? What about your family? Are you married? Girlfriend? Boyfriend? No. Well, maybe when this is all over, we can...
Businessman, you're just a common old garden thug.
Oh, well, what can I say? Needs must when the devil drives. Oh, by the way, I'll have your watch if you don't mind. Thank you.
No small talk, no pleasantries. Why did you do it?
I explained it all to Ronnie. Haven't you told her?
We've had quite an interesting discussion.
You haven't answered me. Look at me, Jeffrey. I want the truth.
I'm sorry? I've nothing more to say on this topic.
So I suppose this has absolutely nothing to do with you emigrating to America.
What?
It could be extremely difficult for someone with a criminal record to enter the United States, and with this particular offence, it would be almost impossible.
So what are you saying? That my husband assaulted a complete stranger simply because he didn't want to live in Florida? That is preposterous. Well, tell him, Jeffrey. Jeffrey, answer me.
I didn't know what else I could do.
Oh, I don't believe this.
I've been trying to tell you for months how much I love this town, my life here.
Not this again.
What do you mean again? You never really listened in the first place.
Oh, I see. So this is all my fault. I'm the guilty party. Maybe I'm the one that should be under arrest. And you don't happen to have a spare pair of handcuffs, do you, by any chance?
Wanda.
I just want things to stay as they are. We're happy, aren't we?
Happy? Happy? How are we ever going to be able to hold our heads up again after what you've done? And what about my sister? Oh, you've ruined everything, you selfish, wretched little man.
That seems to be that. I think we can start on the bedrooms now. Give it to me.
Get rid of them. Short and sweet. No coded messages, I'm not a half-wit.
I'm sorry, I can't speak now. I have an emergency call to attend to. If it's urgent, please ring back tomorrow. Goodbye.
Very good. And just so we don't have any more interruptions, might as well be thorough. Excuse me. It was very amusing watching you play with that. Getting your hopes up. Very uplifting. Oh, look at that. I am sorry, Joe.
Thank you.
What happens now? Are you still going to America? No one would blame you if you did want to leave me.
I wouldn't make those kinds of decisions now. These aren't the best circumstances.
That's understating things. I can't think straight at the moment.
I've behaved stupidly.
I'm not talking about you. It's me that I'm mad at. You're right. I don't listen to you. All our married life, I've been in the driving seat. I'm the one that makes all the decisions. What kind of house we live in, what kind of friends we have. I even choose the clothes that he wears.
I never minded.
Oh, I know. You're content to be passive, and that's always suited me. But it has meant that I've never taken your opinion seriously. I've treated you more like a pet than a partner. And look where it's led.
You're not responsible for Jeffrey's actions.
I'm not sure about that. At least I can begin making amends. Either way, we're not going to be living in America now.
How long are they going to go on keeping me here?
It depends how busy the police are. You're not the only guest of this establishment.
The sooner that you can get me home, the better.
We'll see. I'm still not entirely convinced, you know.
Sorry?
Well, you may have persuaded Wanda that your heart belongs to Leatherbridge, but I think we know different, don't we?
Do we?
I remember that some time ago you told me you wanted to move to Cornwall, but you didn't think that Wanda would go along with it.
Forgot about that. Can you keep a secret?
Try me.
I adore Florida. Been there several times. Wonderful place. Full of friendly souls. And the weather, paradise.
So why sabotage any chance of living there?
There's always a serpent in paradise. In this case, Bertha.
Go on.
Have you ever met Bertha? Of course you haven't. You're still relatively sane. That woman is the spawn of hell.
How do you mean?
She once lived with Wanda and me for a time. Never again. Talk about wild mood swings, endless temper tantrums, and a mouth that never sleeps. Yak, yak, yak. Morning, noon, and night. I'd rather spend an eternity in Dante's Inferno than one more day in the presence of that shrieking harpy.
Max, keep the noise down. We're trying to improve our musical education here.
Are we?
I've got to admire your musical taste, Joe. Haydn, Bartok, Ravel. Very Catholic. Very impressive. Think I'm going to have to leave the Philip Glass collection behind, though. It's a bit too modern for my ears.
That's very gracious of you.
Listen. Most people think that Mahler's Fifth Symphony is his best work. Me, I prefer the Fourth. It's subtler. Maybe it's the pastoral theme. What do you think?
I prefer the Eighth.
You know, things have turned out differently.
How do you mean?
With me, I could see myself being the manager of a concert hall somewhere.
Well, you obviously have an eye for culture. What stopped you?
I don't know. Life, I suppose. Didn't really stand a chance with my background. Well, one day, who knows, I might make enough to open a chain of bookstores or something. You got a problem?
I don't believe this. You should listen to yourselves.
Melody?
Am I the only one here who doesn't need a reality check?
What's the matter with you?
The matter with me? Oh, nothing, really. It's just that I'm sat in a totally trashed room listening to a cosy chinwag about art and music in the company of a ruthless gangster and a psychotic mute.
You hear what she called you? Do you want to see Ruthless?
All right, everyone, time out. I thought we were listening to music.
One more word of disrespect to either myself or my associate, and you'll be wearing your tongue as a brooch. Do I make myself clear? Good.
Thank you. Get your things together, Jeffrey. You're being released on bail.
Excellent news. I must say, the charm of this place is beginning to pall.
You're not meant to feel as if you're at the Ideal Home exhibition.
About the charges, were you able to do any?
Sorry, you assaulted a police officer. They can't let that go.
What if I offered a substantial donation to a police charity, a benevolent fund, anything?
Yeah, good idea. Then they could add attempted bribery to your misdemeanor.
So I might get a criminal record after all. Seems a high price to pay.
Tell that to your victim.
Point taken. Still, look on the bright side.
Is there one?
At least I achieved my objective. No more Bertha. Wonderful.
Oh, now, what have we got here? Max, you've done us proud. He's jack of all trades, you know. That looks yummy. Now, come on, everyone, tuck in.
I'm not hungry.
Joe, this is your food. You're a mean host. You should set an example.
Maybe later.
Suit yourself. You?
No, get away from me. I've had enough of this.
Here we go again.
It's going to be all right, Melanie.
No, it's not. I want to go home. This isn't fair. I shouldn't be here. I'm going home.
You're going nowhere, you dozy mare. Now shut your face and eat. Right. Break her face.
Don't you take her!
Try not to break all his fingers. We need him to sign a check, remember? You stupid waste of space.
Talking about yourself, Tyrrell.
Leatherbridge, fresh air. Now, where's my Wanda? She said she'd be here.
Bye, Jeffrey. I'll be in touch.
You mustn't go now. You must help me celebrate my release.
I want to get back to George.
Of course. You must come to dinner, the pair of you. I'll tell Wanda to organise something.
I don't think so.
Ronnie.
Look, I'll take care of the legal side of things for you, if you still want me to, but we won't be socializing anymore.
Why ever not?
You deliberately set out to inflict physical harm onto somebody for your own ends. And despite what you say, you're not remorseful. Plus, you are deceiving your wife. Other than that, you're a lovely fellow.
Well, if that's what you feel.
Ronnie, hang on. I want you to share in the good news too.
Admit, Danny boy, you're the last person I expected to see. Didn't think you'd have the guts.
You got what you wanted. Let them go.
Yes, okay. Why not? It was a fascinating encounter. I hope there's no hard feelings. Well, there probably is on your part, but hey, that's how it goes.
Wait. What about Daniel?
That's no concern of yours. And if you call the police, it'll go hard on him.
Yeah, don't worry about me. I've finally done the right thing.
Here, here.
Look, Daniel's broke. He can't possibly pay your debt. We've still got our arrangement. I'll give you the cash. And then you can let everyone go.
No can do. If word got around that I'd gone soft on a client, where would that leave me? It's bad for business. No, I'm afraid Daniel's going to have to be made an example of. You see, one way or another, I always get my pound of flesh. Bye. Cheer up, Daniel. I might let you keep that pretty face of yours.
You're all hot, Tyrrell, you know that.
It's in my nature. And there's one thing that's been bugging me.
What's that?
What made you turn up at your uncle's house?
There's your answer.
I've called Bertha. It's all settled.
What is?
She's selling her house in Florida. Typical Bertha. So impulsive.
What?
She's coming to England, to Leatherbridge, to live with us. Permanently.
What?
Happy birthday, Geoffrey.
Put 1 foot wrong, you're back in court.
You don't mind if I whisk your mum off for a night of pampering, do you?
In Spain?
So what did Joe do? He went for him. And this guy was like, whoa, muscles everywhere, like Arnie in Terminator.
The man's depressed. Any woman with eyes in her head can see that. What are you doing to fix that? Nothing.
Later, a challenge for the DIY SOS team to design an ultra-modern kitchen. That's tonight at 8:30 on BBC1.